Hello and welcome back. Here are today's headlines.
Prime Minister congratulates Japan's new leader. Vietnam's National Day marked abroad. World Bank expert urges added value for farm produce. President of the Republic of Korea reshuffles cabinet.
State President Trương Tấn Sang has stated that judicial agencies should speed up the implementation of the Politburo's Resolution number 49 in order to push forward with judicial reforms that are relating to national construction and defense.
Working with the Supreme People Court in Hanoi on August the 30th as head of the Central Steering Committee for Judicial Reform, the state leader spoke highly of judicial reform results thus far. He pointed to the decrease in unjust sentences and improvements in human resources. He said that the court sector should build an long-term judicial reform program with specific objectives and tasks. He also urged an improvement in the morality and professional knowledge of judges and court officials. Chief Judge of the Supreme People's Court Trương Hòa Bình said, although the country's political security and social order and safety continue to be maintained, criminality had developed alongside law enforcement. In addition, civil disputes relating to trade, marriage and family and labor, as well as administrative complaints were increasing. He said despite difficulties, the court sector had made every effort to fulfill all set targets.
Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng has sent a message congratulating Mr. Yoshihiko Noda on his election as Japan's new Prime Minister.
Noda was named as Japan's next Prime Minister on August the 30th, the sixth in 4 years, and immediately set to work selecting key ruling party executives to help him achieve his goals of reconstructing quake-ravaged areas and restoring the nation's fiscal health. Finance Minister Noda, who won the ruling Democratic Parties of Japan's presidential election on August the 29th, expressed hope he will choose a new lineup of key party executives as soon as possible before trying to form his cabinet later this week. On August the 30th, Prime Minister Noda appointed Senator Azuma Koshishi as Secretary General of the Democratic Party of Japan.
Moving along, here is the much-anticipated news regarding the celebration of our National Day, September 2nd, following the August Revolution anniversary across the globe. Firstly, a ceremony to mark the 66th anniversary of the two events was held in Phnom Penh by the Overseas Vietnamese Association on August 30th.
Vietnamese Charter Fair La Xuân Chiến praised Vietnamese in Cambodia for their great contributions to Vietnam's revolutions. He said overseas Vietnamese should strictly abide by Cambodia's law and respect its tradition and customs in further integrating into the local society. Representatives of the association expressed belief in the party and state's consistent policy of considering the Vietnamese community abroad an inseparable part of the nation.
On the same date, the Vietnamese Consulate General in Sydney also held a ceremony to celebrate the national events.
General Consul Mai Phước Dũng highlighted the achievements made by the Vietnamese people over the past 66 years. He said, from a poor country, Vietnam has now become a middle-income country with a stable and strong political system. He said since Vietnam and Australia set up its diplomatic ties in 1973, economic, political and security relations between the two countries have developed along with the expansion of the ties between the two people. Vietnamese people in Australia now number 300,000. Australia is Vietnam's 8th largest trade partner. By March, Australia had operated 241 projects in Vietnam. Around 26,000 Vietnamese students are studying in Australia.
Also on August 30th, prisons nationwide continued to implement the state president's decision on amnesty on the occasion of the National Day's anniversary.
The Hoàng Tiến prison in Hải Dương province gave amnesty to 300 prisoners on this occasion. The Thanh Phong prison in Thanh Hóa province announced a list of 500 prisoners benefiting from the state president's decision. On the occasion of the 66th anniversary of National Day, the state president decided to grant amnesty to 10,535 prisoners. 11 of the prisoners being freed were foreigners. 5 had been convicted of national security crimes and 111 others had been charged with making corrupt use of their positions. They included 1,333 women, 29 aged over 17, and 150 ex-officials and civil servants.
A seminar on President Ho Chi Minh's operations in Thailand during the period between 1928 and 1929 was held in Udon Thani, province of Thailand, on Tuesday, August 30th.
Vietnamese and Thai participants at the seminar heard speeches on the historical value of President Ho Chi Minh's works in Thailand during his journey for national salvation. Participants agreed that fine memories about President Ho Chi Minh had been preserved and described them as a symbol of friendship between the two countries. They said that President Ho Chi Minh had laid a foundation for friendly diplomacy between the two nations and for the development of the power of great unity of the Vietnamese community in Thailand.
As for the market news, amid greater demand for high-quality products in the world market, a World Bank expert has recently urged Vietnam to make more investment in raising added value for farm products.
Vietnam has had tremendous success over the years in building up its rice production. And increasingly, particularly from the Mekong Delta, that surplus is being exported. And it makes a small amount of money for the country, not a large amount of money, because it's a low-value commodity, and a lot of inputs go into producing it, and lots of fuel is used to move it around.
In the first 8 months of this year, agroforestry and aquatic product exports helped the agricultural sector to register a trade surplus of $8 billion. However, up to 90% of Vietnamese agricultural exports are semi-finished products, with their prices being much lower than similar products of other countries. Coffee is an example. Coffee exports in the months to September reached nearly 960 million tons, valued at $2 billion. However, Vietnam is only known as a supplier of coffee material for world's well-known coffee brand names. Small-scale coffee production is a reason behind this problem. Another reason is that exporters pay attention to quantity rather than quality. That's why they do not focus much on investment in processing to increase the value of coffee exports. Vietnam's other agro-products such as rice, tea and pepper are sold for a lower price than similar products of other countries. To deal with the problem, the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development has put forth a project to increase added value for agro-products. The project sets a target of increasing the added value of rice by 15% by 2015 and by 20 to 25% by 2020. The ministry is also mapping out plans to raise the added value for other export staples, including tea, wood products, and rubber.
The world's largest solar-powered tourist cruiser arriving from Hong Kong has anchored at Nha Trang City in the central coastal province of Khánh Hòa.
The cruiser MS Tyranno Planet Solar will dock at the coastal city from August the 29th to September the 1st as part of a voyage around the world since last September. According to Nha Trang Port authorities, the 85-ton ship's visit aims to deliver a message about using solar energy and renewable energies for the environment. The cruiser has solar energy cells covering over 500 square meters. It is designed to have a maximum speed of 25 kilometers per hour.
Last but not least, on August 30th, the President of the Republic of Korea, Lee Myung-bak, conducted a cabinet reshuffle with the replacement of 4 ministers. What's notable about this reorganization was the appointment of a new unification minister in charge of relations with the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
According to the presidential office, former ambassador to China, Yu Woo-ik, was named as the new unification minister, replacing Yoon In-taek, who became a special presidential advisor for unification policy. Experts say the replacement of the unification minister, who was known for his hardline stance towards the North, showed the Republic of Korea government's attempt to better its relation with Pyongyang. The shake-up also saw 3 other ministerial appointments, including the ministers of culture, health, and gender equality.
And that is the end of our news today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.